Hello everyone. I thought we would talk a little bit about science. As you know, I have an interest in geodes. So today I thought I would bring you on a mini field trip to my home where I have a very small collection of geodes. These are some of my favorite rocks. I really enjoy them. This is one. You can see all the different varieties of color. You're looking at it through glass. Probably would be better if I opened it up and showed you what it looked like. On the outside of this particular one, I like this because you can see this is the outside. And it's just this bumpy, it's heavy. It's just this bumpy looking, not a very pretty blah looking surface. But when you look, here's the back side of it. No real indication that there's anything special going on here at all. But when it was sliced open, look at all this pretty stuff inside. Can you see the different layers? And then there's a hollowed out space with all this pretty sparkly stuff. So I like that one. This one, this is interesting. This is not actually a geode. This is actually a mineralized slice of some petrified wood, I believe. But it's still very cool, and it's got a lot of the same attributes that you see in geodes. With the if you could see what the edge looks like, it's not very interesting looking if you could imagine the whole rock, but on the inside it's kind of cool looking. This one is probably my favorite that I'm going to show you. Oh, it's extremely heavy. Whew. But I like it. It's got all these different colors. Can you see it? I took it off of its stand so I could take it out and show it to you. It's pretty big in relation to my hand, so my hand is touching it. So it's pretty big. It's much bigger than my hand. I like this one because of the variation of color. This is an actual indentation in the surface. Everything else is very smooth. The reason that it's smooth is because this was sliced open. If you can see, the exterior wasn't super pretty. And the outside of the back is interesting, but not as pretty as the inside of this one. There's some pink going on and some gray. Very interesting combo to me. I like that one a lot. It's very heavy. Put it back on its stand. And I'll show you some of the others. I like this. This is a set of bookends that I bought somewhere. I'm not sure even where. Probably some museum I visited. And let's see if I can get a better shot of this. I like the different hues that come across in this. And again, it was cut open. I have a few pieces that are a little bit more naturalistic looking. There's this piece. This hasn't been cut. It's in a much more natural form. And some other smaller pieces that I have that are pretty interesting also. And then on the bottom are my larger pieces that I really like. This is amethyst. It's got a real pretty purple color. Someone brought me, it's another amethyst. Someone brought me a real pretty piece of amethyst. I can't remember who it was. Maybe Lex or Sam. I'm not sure who brought in that piece of it, but it was very pretty. And they were right. The deeper purple, the more valuable it is. Also, the larger the piece. So, you can see my cat in the background. These are both pretty large pieces of rock. It's hard to tell from a distance, but let's see, you can see it up against my hand, so it's really much larger than my hand. So is this one. So if I were to pick this up, this thing weighs about at least 30 pounds. It's pretty heavy. Then I've got two other ones. I like this one. This one's been cut to an egg shape, but you can see the crystals still coming out of it on the one side. And it's pretty cool. It's hard to tell in the video the color of it. The color is a really pale green, and that's nice. And then here's a different one, and it's got kind of a brownish hue to it. So those are my favorite geodes that I have. I also have I collect weird rocks and things. I'll walk you over to another part of my house. You know, we have the geode that I got for the class, and we were going to actually crack it open last week. Didn't happen because we all ended up staying home. But this is one that I got much like it. If you can see the back of it, this was all together at one point. I got this in a kit and cracked it open with another class. And when we cracked it open, this is what was inside of that one. I have no idea what is inside of the one that we have at school. We will have to actually crack it open to see what we get. But that will be fun. We will eventually return to school, I'm sure, and we'll get an opportunity to do that. And if we don't, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next year I can share a video with you or something and show you. Here's some other rocks. I collect a lot of rocks that I think are interesting. This is a tiger's eye. Let's see if I can get it with a video. It's really pretty. Pretty rich brown color there. I collect rocks for different reasons. I have some quartz crystals. That's a quartz crystal. I have some that are just like geodes. This one is interesting for when we studied last year. I taught 4th grade and we studied rock levels. You can see the different layers of the sediment that formed. This is obviously a sedimentary rock, which means a rock that was formed by different layers of sediment. I like my rocks in this big jar. I know from being a curious and inquisitive kid your age that most of these kinds of rocks, when they look like this on the outside, if I were to take a hammer and crack them open, most of them would have geode-like insides like that. And I always liked that, even when I was a kid. So, here's a question for you. What makes a geode? How is it formed? Because you know, every rock does not have that same insides. Do they, Aria? Aria, tell them what a geode is. Guys, she's embarrassed to say she just doesn't know. Do you know? Can you look it up? Can you find out some information? In our next video, I'm going to share some information with you about how a geode is formed. But I challenge you on your own to see what you can figure out and find out on your own. You might find out some better stuff or some more cool information than I actually find out. Or maybe Aria will come up with the answers for all of us. Aria, can you figure it out? She's thinking about it. Are you thinking about it? All right, well, I will be in touch soon, and we will talk more about geodes. Talk to you later. Bye.